Michigan State University opened a new campus building this summer. While it might be new, some pieces of it date back to 75 years ago.
If you just look at the outside of the STEM teaching and learning facility, you might think this is just another MSU building.
The intent was to preserve that look.
But the second you walk through the door,
And we kind of just left historical pieces as well.
you're reminded of history.
We're standing in a larger complex that is bookending, as we call it, the original Shaw Lane Power Plant.
That went on in this building years ago.
And the Shaw Lane Power Plant was constructed in 1946 and was decommissioned in 1976. For when we brought TB Simon Power Plant online.
Project coordinator Nestor De Ocampo says everywhere you look, you're reminded of the plant that once powered the entire MSU campus.
The history of the building is being that idea of we have a power plant and where we get our energy usage, but it's also about making the connections for our students to kind of go the history of where we were to where we want to be.
From walking through the boiler,
We left a lot of these connections exposed so the students can and visitors get to see, what was coming through and what does the inside of a boiler look like.
or sitting in the ash silo.
That is where the spent ash would be dumped from the fourth floor.
It's now about connecting the past with the future through interactive old spaces and interactive new spaces.
We're standing in one of those laboratories. And this space is designed to have the environment adjust to emerging pedagogies.
Utilizing a space already on campus isn't the only sustainable part of this project.
We used a mass timber product from a sustainable forest. What we have in this building is 80 to 120-year black spruce. And a sustainable forest basically means that, just like it sounds, is the forest is replanted as they begin to, harvest that wood product.
There's new classrooms and collaborative spaces.
The students can get that sense of, I'm never ever far away from my colleague, I'm never ever far away from my class, that this building is all about that larger connection.
De Ocampo describes the atmosphere of the building in 2 words.
It is a very energetic and charged building.
His favorite part is something they preserved.
Standing up on that landing looking at this original entrance, the notion that what's behind me is this massive limestone edifice, and that's the history of the building, but it also is that entrance into a new discovery.
And is glad students are getting to enjoy it too.
That beautiful sense of that connection between what is the new and what was the old.
The $110 million project began with planning in 2016 and construction in 2017. After a 4-month delay due to COVID, the building opened in July of this year, just in time to welcome students back to campus.